Hit the
Recording in progress.
timer. And folks, thank you so much for streaming. Today, Coe Lansdell returned here and will release her new volume, The Tidelings of Dras Sayve, on March 21st, Thursday. So, I'd like her to promote this new 17K word novelette in the 7-minute interview. So first of all, can you quickly recap your story progress so far, like anime's これまでの話? For the starters, like, looks interesting. Got a grab from the first volume.
Okay, thank you, Yumio.
Thank you.
So with this novelette, it's a prequel to Far Removed, which is my debut novel, and it's set 30 years beforehand, but it's still on the same world of Niadria. So the inhabitants are known as Naiads, spelled with a K, and they are semi-aquatic species.
Yes, you explained that.
Yes. So I thought I'd just recap all of that. So yeah, it's still same sort of characters, same world, but it's following a different set of characters because of the time period. So I thought I'd explain the title as well. The tidelings, those are young naiads, juveniles. And then well, actually, I should just clarify that juveniles are actually more like the teenagers, so these are even younger.
I see.
Yeah. And then Dras Sayve is a clan, and it's far north on Niadria. So we get to see a different side this time around.
I see. So this is like you said prequel. That means it's like a starting point or like a episode 0, something like that?
Yes, it is. You could call it that. And it covers some of the backstories that are implied in Far Removed.
I see.
A bit later. Yeah.
What are some new features in this volume compared to your past ones?
Okay, well, we've got a new POV character, Ems Rindar, who is a wealthy diplomat and entrepreneur who's mentioned in Far Removed. And it's also got a lighter tone.
I see.
Not such a dark story.
And what inspired you a lot to write this one?
Well, I decided when I was drafting Far Removed, I actually came up with my two main characters, Oculus and Prisma. And so this is touching on Oculus's backstory. And I'd got enough material that I actually wanted to put this into a separate short story. And that gave me the idea for the Tidelings of Dras Sayve. Only I wanted to follow not Oculus, but his mentor, since we don't have a chance to hear from him in Far Removed. He's only mentioned, and he's quite a big personality. And I felt like it would be interesting to explore his voice and have him share the story of how he met his apprentice.
So it's like we dive more deeper into those characters you presented in the first one, right?
Yes, that's right.
I see. That sounds pretty interesting. And also, this one is a 17K words, so it's like a short version.
Yes, it's like a little entry point for people. But you don't need to read it to understand Far Removed.
I see.
You can also just read it on its own and not continue on to Far Removed.
I see.
But it's a way for people to just test my writing style, the characters, the world, and see if they'd like to continue.
I see. Then any music bands or artists you recommend while reading your new volume?
Well, I think I was listening to the Interstellar soundtrack by Hans Zimmer a lot when I was
Hans Zimmer.
I love movie scores, so I usually am listening to them. Another film score that I quite enjoyed for this was Treasure Planet, especially the song I'm Still Here, because it touches on that mentor-apprentice dynamic that you see in that film. There's something similar about that. And it's nostalgia.
And how about except for a main protagonist, can you pick one character in your new volume and explain to us why it is enticing?
Okay, well, there's aside from Emmis, we also meet Stasia, who is one of the elders of Dras Sayve, and she's known Emmis for a very long time. They were rivals when they were younger. but they've got this long-standing friendship, and she's quite business-like and very good at organizing groups of people. But then there's this other side to her that's quite fun to explore. She's also got this warmer that she shows mostly around Emmis and in private.
I see.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty interesting character that you invented. And can you tease us by lightly explaining the highlight scene of this volume?
Well, I enjoyed actually exploring a different city, or it's more of a town, I suppose, because in Far Removed, we look at Apodeka, which is the moon's capital city, and it's a very ancient city, but also kind of grimy and modern, and it's got this cyberpunk feel. And when we get to, especially one chapter, we look at Dras Sayve, and that's more streamlined, clean, but the people are also very traditional. It had kind of Scandinavian vibes to it. Yes. And to the north as well, so we get to kind of see how that side of the moon looks a bit different, and the culture is a bit different too.
I see. And how about the, let's say, if your past volume were rated PG-13 or lower, does this new one step into R-rated or opposite? If past ones were R-rated, is it toned down to like a PG-13 or something?
I'd say this one's actually toned down a bit. So, both of them are aimed at adults, I suppose, because they feature adult characters. But I mean, the content isn't very R-rated in either of them. It's just that Far Removed does have that darker turn to it. There are more horror elements present in it.
I see. That's interesting.
Yeah. And so this one doesn't have so much of that. It's a little bit, as I said earlier, it's a bit lighter.
I see. So it's not going to make children cry.
No.
And
read it if they don't mind following a middle-aged protagonist.
And finally, any message to those who are considering buying and reading your new one?
Oh, well, I'm grateful for any interest. And I mean, it's been lovely connecting with some readers and other readers who've on Twitter. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. It will be releasing on the 21st of
It's very
March. And yeah, so it's coming up. And yeah, it's always wonderful to do a bit of world building and to see people get excited about it and want to learn more about the context.
I see. Okay, yes, thank you so much. And thank you very much, Coe. Her new volume, novelette, is called The Tidelings of Dras Sayve, out in March 21st, Thursday. And folks, we hope you grab a copy of her work and dive into her story and characters. And her account is CB Lansdell. Truly appreciate your participation. Coe, wish you great success and we'll keep in touch.
Okay, thank you, Yumio.
Thank you.